Chair and CEO of FEA, and the board members and senior management, PS. We have some good news in respect of the announcement of the 2012 annual report for FEA. FEA has recorded a profit after tax of $75.3 million for the year ended 31 December 2012. This is obviously an enormous improvement on the previous results that FEA has had. A lot of it obviously has been contributed by very good management, a reduction in expenses, and of course the tariff increase that was implemented, but nonetheless that was obviously reflected in the previous year's profits too. But we believe that it's a strong management that has been put in place by the board in the FEA. We'd like to congratulate them for these results. And obviously the challenge is to ensure that we keep on achieving these results for the years to come, because there has been some obviously requirements on the financial output. The inputs are looking good, financial output in terms of meeting some of the debt requirements that the FEA has. But of course, just to highlight, and the CEO and Chair can give you more in detail, some of the contributing factors towards this increase in the profits, or very good results, has been the good rainfall recorded in Manosavu, the commissioning of Nandari Batu hydro dam, and the conversion of the diesel generators from industrial diesel oil to heavy fuel oil that has led to reduced costs. But I mean, before I sort of ask them to actually go more into the detail, and there'll be more of favor with these matters, and talking about some of the very positive steps that they have taken, not just in terms of carrying out the various expenditures that is required, the capex that's required, for example, to have more dependency on renewable energy, as most of you who have been following the progress and indeed success of FEA will realize that a lot of the cost of FEA depends on the amount of fossil fuel it uses. And that is obviously a price that is out of their control. It's subject to world market prices. That's why, as the government has partnered with FEA, and indeed government on its own has put in place a number of initiatives and policies to ensure that there is a greater dependency on renewable energy. For example, we're also encouraging private sector participation in the energy sector. There's various tax incentives that is offered to companies that set up renewable energy companies. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it all boils down to us also as individuals, the amount of energy we use, whether we switch off the light that's not required, whether we keep on running a particular equipment when it's not required, because it affects the bottom line. And as you know, that with the savings that or the profits that FEA made, the previous year, government made an announcement, the Prime Minister made an announcement in the 2013 budget to reduce tariff rates by 5%. So we're all enjoying that 5% reduction on the tariff rate. So it goes to show that it's not simply a question of FEA doing its part or government just doing its part. It's a question of all of us joining hands to ensure that we reduce our dependency in fossil fuel, that we contribute towards using renewable energy, and that if we reduce our energy costs, FEA can do well, and obviously it can have a positive impact in terms of the business environment and the consumer environment also. What I would like to very quickly highlight, though, is that there has been talk about tariff rates, but Fiji till today has the lowest tariff rate in the entire Southern Pacific. If you go to any other Pacific Island country, if you go to Australia and New Zealand, our tariff rates are still the cheapest. And the service obviously is no less than theirs. In fact, I would venture to say that the service is much better compared to many of the other countries. So I'll leave it at that, and I'd like to now invite the Chairman to say a few words, followed by the CEO, and then we can have the floor open for questioning. Thank you.